The humans said you want war? Then see your worlds reduced to cinders. The Catholic Empire had never known defeat. Across 17 star systems, their crystalline warships had brought civilizations to their knees. Supreme Commander Zekthar stood aboard the flagship Eternal Dominion, his 4 eyes gleaming with satisfaction as he reviewed the latest intelligence reports. The humans? He clicked his mandibles in amusement. They refuse our terms? Yes, Supreme Commander, his aide responded, antennae twitching nervously. Their representatives, a female named Orla Chen and a male named Louis Drake, delivered the response personally. Zekthar accessed the recording. The 2 humans stood before the Catholic delegation without fear. Orla, dark-haired with calculating eyes, spoke first. The Terran Coalition rejects your demand for unconditional surrender. Louis, broader-shouldered with scars marking his face, added coldly, Leave our space. This is your only warning. The Catholic commanders had erupted in chittering laughter. Zekthar himself had felt amusement ripple through his carapace. You dare threaten the Catholic Empire? We have reduced entire species to ash. Your 3 colonies will fall within a week. That's when Orla had smiled, a predator's expression that should have warned them. You want war? Then see your worlds reduced to cinders. Zekthar had dismissed it as primitive bravado. That was 6 hours ago. Now alarms screamed throughout the flagship. Supreme Commander! The human fleet, it appeared from nowhere. Impossible, Zekthar snapped. Our sensors would have detected. The tactical display erupted with contacts. Dozens of human vessels materialized simultaneously, their FTL signatures unlike anything the Catholic had encountered. They hadn't traveled through normal hyperspace, they'd simply appeared as if reality itself had been torn open. All ships battle formation, Zekthar commanded. Show these primitives the might of. The lead human vessel fired. Not the plasma lances or missile swarms the Catholic expected, but something that made the laws of physics scream. A beam of absolutely nothing, a column of pure void struck the Catholic cruiser Conqueror's Pride. The ship didn't explode. It simply ceased to exist, every atom unmade in an instant. What weapon is this? Zekthar's voice cracked. On the bridge of the human dreadnought Prometheus, Orla monitored the battle with clinical precision. Quantum erasure beams functioning at 98% efficiency. No shield technology in the Catholic arsenal can stop them. Louis stood beside her, arms crossed. They're trying to retreat. Let some escape, Orla said quietly. We need witnesses. The Catholic fleet attempted to withdraw, but human ships moved with impossible speed, predicting their movements before they made them. Louis had insisted on installing the new AI systems. Not artificial intelligence, but augmented intuition. Human tactical thinking accelerated to quantum processing speeds. Another Catholic ship vanished. Then another. Open a channel to Zekthar's flagship, Orla ordered. The Supreme Commander's face appeared, his earlier confidence shattered. What are you? You've conquered 17 systems, Louis said, his voice like grinding steel. You pride yourselves on total warfare, but you've never fought humanity. We don't conquer. We don't subjugate. When we fight, we erase. Orla leaned forward. Every species you've encountered evolved on gentle worlds. They developed technology for exploration, for survival. Humanity was born on a death world. We climbed from the bottom of a gravity well twice as strong as yours, breathing corrosive oxygen, under radiation that would kill most species. We didn't develop warfare as a political tool, Commander. We developed it for extinction. Please, Zekthar clicked desperately. We can negotiate. You had that chance, Louis cut him off. You laughed at us. You threatened our colonies, our families. Now you'll learn what human mercy really means. The remaining Catholic vessels suddenly found themselves unable to fire, their weapon systems frozen by human electronic warfare. They could only watch as human ships moved past them, FTL drives engaging. Zekthar realized with horror what was happening. No, not the homeworlds. Orla's expression remained unchanged. You said you've reduced species to ash. We're more efficient. 8 Catholic colony worlds. We'll give you 1 hour to evacuate. After that, she paused, letting the silence speak. This is genocide, Zekthar shrieked. No, Louis corrected. This is war. You wanted to see humanity fight. Now you understand why we spend more energy trying not to fight than any other species in the known galaxy. Across Catholic space, Evacuation sirens wailed on 8 worlds. The species that had terrorized dozens of civilizations now scrambled to save their own. True to their word, the humans waited exactly 1 hour. Then the quantum erasure beams fired from orbit. 8 colonies, cities, infrastructure, military installations vanished. Not destroyed but unmade, returned to base elements. The planets themselves remained intact but stripped clean. A demonstration of absolute power, tempered only by the human instinct to minimize casualties. The war lasted 6 more days. The Catholic Empire, built over 3 centuries, collapsed in less than a week. Zekthar signed the unconditional surrender aboard the Prometheus, his people reduced from conquerors to refugees. Orla watched him leave the conference room, then turned to Lewis. Intelligence reports the other aggressive species in the sector are withdrawing their forces. Lewis nodded slowly. Fear is a powerful teacher. Maybe now they'll understand why we established the Terran Coalition, not to conquer but to protect others from themselves. And if they forget? Orla asked. Lewis looked out at the stars, at the vast darkness humanity had dragged itself through to reach them. Then we'll remind them. That's what we do best. Survive, adapt, and when absolutely necessary. He trailed off. Orla finished the thought, her voice soft but carrying the weight of humanity's entire bloody history. We reduce threats to cinders. The galaxy had learned a fundamental truth. Humanity didn't seek war. But when forced to fight, they brought the fury of a species forged in Earth's crucible, a world that had tried for millions of years to kill them, and failed. The Catholic Empire became a cautionary tale, whispered across 1,000 worlds. Never threaten humanity's children. They will show you what monsters really are. End.